So you know how sometimes there's like these moments in a game that just kind of take over the internet?
Yeah.
Like everyone's talking about it and sharing it.
Totally. Yeah, those viral moments.
Exactly. And this Lakers-Grizzlies game from Saturday night that had one of those moments.
Oh, for sure.
It was this no-look pass from Luka Doncic to LeBron James, and it was like, whoa.
Yeah, I saw that one.
So that's what we're going to do a deep dive on today, that specific play and what made it so special.
Sounds good.
So we're looking at this Yardbarker article that kind of brings together all the initial reactions, like the NBA's own tweet, and then some insights from people like Jovan Buha from The Athletic and Trevor Lane from Lakers Nation.
Right. So we've got this like immediate reaction and then also some more in-depth analysis.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a great combo to get the full picture.
All right, so let's set the scene a little bit. It's Saturday night. The game's in Memphis, and like I said, it's the Lakers and the Grizzlies.
Okay.
Now, both Doncic and James, they were both having really strong starts to the game. So Doncic had played 19 minutes at this point. James had played 18.
Okay.
And they both had 14 points.
Wow. Even.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And Doncic also had 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal. And James had 1 rebound, 4 assists, and a couple of steals.
All right. So they're both contributing.
Yeah, they were both like right there in the thick of it, and then bam, this pass happens.
Right.
I think what's really interesting here is that it's like a fast break.
Yeah.
You know, like a pretty fundamental play in basketball.
Yeah, you see them all the time.
Right. But like this one just like goes to a whole other level.
Yeah, it's like elevated to this viral moment.
Totally. And the NBA's tweet about it pretty much says it all. It says, Luka, no look to LeBron on the fast break. King James finishes with the one-handed jam.
Yeah. You know, it's that no look that really does.
It's just so unexpected.
And then you combine it with the fact that it's like Doncic and LeBron, you know, 2 of the biggest names in the game.
Exactly. It's like this perfect storm of factors.
And just something you don't see every day.
So LeBron finishes it off with this like emphatic one-handed jam.
Nice.
Like, you can just like feel the energy, even just reading the tweet about it.
I know, right?
And, you know, this wasn't just like an isolated moment of brilliance.
No.
Like this play helped the Lakers get a massive lead in that first half.
Yeah, what was it?
They scored 72 points
72, that's huge.
in just 2 quarters.
That's wild.
So I'm curious, like, beyond just this one highlight, what do you think made their offense so potent in that first half?
Well, I think to really understand it, we got to look at like the bigger picture, you know?
Okay.
Trevor Lane from Lakers Nation, he pointed out that the Lakers were really successful at like forcing Memphis to play in the half court.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so it seems like their game plan was to like slow down the Grizzlies' attack and control the tempo of the game.
So it's like a more strategic approach than just running up and down the court?
Exactly. And then you look at their shooting percentages in that first half.
Which were?
52% from the field and then 50% from three-point range.
Wow, that's amazing.
It is, right? So basically, they were playing really smart and also just making their shots.
So this no-look pass, it's like almost like a cherry on top of all that.
Right. It's like the perfect symbol of how well they were playing.
Okay, so Jovan Buha, he chimed in at halftime too.
Okay, what do you say?
He said that was LA's best half since LeBron and Rui Hachimura returned last week.
Okay, so it sounds like they're starting to gel again.
Yeah, and he also mentioned that they had 4 players in double figures by halftime.
Really? Who were they?
So Gabe Vincent was leading with 15, and Doncic and James both had 14, and Austin Reeves had 13.
All right, so it's not just like a two-man show.
No, it was a real team effort.
A collective offensive surge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, like, how much do you think a play like that, no-look pass, like, contributes to the overall team morale and that sense of connection between the players?
I think it's huge. You know, a no-look pass, it's not just about looking flashy for the cameras.
Right.
It shows like a real trust and anticipation between the players.
Okay.
So for Doncic to throw that pass without even looking, he had to know like instinctively where LeBron was going to be. And for LeBron to be ready to catch it and then slam it down, like that connection had to go both ways.
Makes sense.
So it's like a glimpse into that like unspoken communication, you know, that chemistry that can make a team so much better.
Yeah, I get it.
And, you know, those kinds of plays can really energize the whole team, like both the players on the court and the guys on the bench.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And they can totally shift the momentum of a game.
Okay, so just to, like, recap this moment.
Yeah.
We had Luka Doncic in this, like, hypothetical scenario where he's playing for the Lakers.
Right.
He makes this incredible no-look pass on a fast break to LeBron James, who then finishes it off with a powerful dunk.
Yeah, one-handed slam.
Exactly. And this was all happening against the Grizzlies in Memphis on Saturday night.
And the internet just exploded.
Yeah, like immediately.
I mean, it was everywhere you looked.
And I think the NBA's tweet really, like, amplified that reaction.
Oh, for
It
sure.
was just this instant highlight reel moment that everyone was talking about.
And it's like proof that even in the age of social media and everything being so fast-paced, these amazing athletic moments can still capture everyone's attention.
Yeah, totally. So, as we mentioned, this play was part of like a dominant first half for the Lakers.
Right. They were up by a lot.
They were up 72-61 at halftime.
Wow.
Yeah. And like Jovan Buha said, it was their best half since LeBron and Rui Hachimura came back from their injuries.
Which is a great sign for the Lakers.
Totally.
You know, it shows that they're really starting to find their groove again.
And Trevor Lane, he talked about how the Lakers were really smart about dictating the pace of the game and forcing the Grizzlies to play in the half court.
Yeah, that was key.
Plus, they were just shooting lights out.
Yeah, that always helps.
So this no-look pass, it was really like a symptom of them playing with so much confidence and cohesion.
And a clear understanding of their game plan.
It's also important to remember where the Lakers were in the standings at this point in the season.
All right, let's put it in context.
They were the 4th seed in the Western Conference with a 44-29 record.
Oh, wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah, they were in a good spot.
So every win, especially on the road, was super important for them.
For sure, and this game in Memphis was part of a road trip for them.
Oh, right.
And their road trip record was 1-2 at this point.
So not ideal.
So getting a win in Memphis would have been like a big momentum boost before heading back home.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and the Yardbarker article mentions that their next game was against the Houston Rockets on Monday at home.
Oh, okay.
So as we kind of wrap up here,
Yeah.
I want you to think about the power of these like small moments of brilliance in basketball.
Okay.
Like that connection between Doncic and James that led to this incredible play.
Yeah.
How can something like a no-look pass and a dunk not only energize a team in the moment, but also like really resonate with fans?
Mm.
And maybe even give us a hint about the evolving chemistry and potential of the Lakers as they go through the rest of the season.
Yeah, it's definitely something to think about.
It is, and that's what makes these kinds of moments so fascinating.
Well,
Right. Well, that's our deep dive on that amazing no-look pass from Luka Doncic to LeBron James.
it was a good one.
It was. And we'll be back soon with another deep dive on some other moment that's got everyone talking.
Sounds good.
All right. See ya.
See ya.